I'll now introduce our third speaker, Stephanie Taves Mailing, Muscovian Adventures with Lefty and Moody. Muscovian Adventures with Lefty and Moody. Stephanie Taves Mailing.
Thank you, Madam Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. I am delighted to be here tonight to tell you about some wonderful adventures that I had as a young 20-something when I, this young, excitable 20-something, traveled to the far-off land of Moscow, where I traveled without a hat. Inadvisedly, I arrived to the city of Moscow in the middle of December without a chapeau, and so it was my first order of business to go to the local market, ironically located near Red Square, and buy a hat, such as this one you now see on my head. While there, I also found the opportunity to pick up a pair of wonderful, warm mittens, because those isotoner gloves that my grandmother sent were simply not doing the trick. And it was there, in that marketplace, excuse me, it was there, in that marketplace, at the intersection of lonely and a little overtired, that a rare moment of puppeteering met opportunity. It was there, my fellow Toastmasters, that Lefty and Moody were born. My fellow Toastmasters, some introductions are necessary. Please let me introduce to you Moody. Say hello, Moody. Moody doesn't speak. My fellow Toastmasters, to my right is Lefty. Lefty, please say hello to my Toastmaster friends. Hello. Lefty speaks English, very fortunately for me. And so there I was with my new friends, Lefty and Moody, and we went all over the city together. We went ice skating at Gorky Park. It was a beautiful afternoon. We also went to the Bolshoi Theater, where I frankly fell asleep on Lefty and drooled a little during the aria. But, my fellow Toastmasters, it was our adventures in the hotel that were the thing that stick with me to this day. Lefty, why don't you tell the good people here tonight all about the Hotel Cosmos?
Hotel Cosmos, located near monument built to cosmonauts.
Yes, in fact, this is true.
Monument is built of titanium, the most expensive metal you can build monument out of.
Which, in fact, is also apparently the truth. And, my fellow Toastmasters, we stayed in the Hotel Cosmos, which is built in the shape of a half moon, and in fact carries the space theme of the cosmonaut monument with it. Lefty, please tell the good people all about the lobby of the Hotel Cosmos.
Built of stainless steel, the most expensive metal you can build a lobby out of.
This is apparently also the truth. It had stainless steel floors, stainless steel walls, stainless steel ceilings, even stainless steel baseboards,
stainless steel elevators.
And stainless steel elevators. And it is there, at the elevator, where we set our scene tonight. It was there, at the elevator, that well, I get ahead of myself. Lefty, why don't you tell the good people about the man?
The man?
Yes, the man at the elevator.
The man was tall.
Yes, he was very tall. In fact, quite tall, but he didn't make eye contact with me.
No.
And he had a large mustache. Yes, a mustache so large, it was as if I had affixed Moody to my face. There I was, a young 20-something, in Moscow, a little overtired and a little nervous, and there was a man, a large man, not making eye contact with me, standing at the elevator. This I did not like. Being an extrovert, I like to speak to everybody. Nevertheless, there was Moody, Lefty, and myself waiting there at the elevator for the doors, the stainless steel doors, to slide open. And they did. And there, on the floor, a gigantic puddle of blood. I see your face. You don't believe me. This is in fact the truth. There was blood. There was in fact blood. Is that true, Moody? There was a lot of blood.
There was a chicken of blood.
A what?
A chicken full of blood.
Well, actually, that's kind of true. It was as if somebody had hacked a chicken open on that floor in the elevator. There was blood everywhere, reflected off the stainless steel walls, reflected off the stainless steel ceilings, reflecting in the stainless steel doors. I didn't quite know what to do. Muty was a completely trembling wreck. And the man, what was the man thinking? I couldn't see his expression. It was completely obscured by that mustache. Did he have something to do with it? Did this man have something to do with all this blood on the floor? What do you think, Lefty?
I think it is him.
What do you think about him?
I think he's chicken death perpetrator.
In fact, we all suspected he was a chicken perp. So what's a young 20-something in Moscow, alone, of course, except with her little 2 puppet friends, to do? Well, I did what any self-respecting young 20-something American tourist in Moscow would do. I pretended I didn't see it. I simply looked away for a moment and let the elevator doors slide soundlessly close behind me. And the elevator whooshed off to another floor to horrify another unsuspecting victim. And then, like any, well, self-respecting 20-something, I simply reached out, well, Lefty reached out, and pushed the button for another elevator to come and take us back to our room. And that was it. My fellow Toastmasters, I do not know if that was actually a chicken death that I witnessed the aftermath of there on that floor. I do not know if it was something more dastardly than that. But I do know this. I have one very important lesson to tell all of you tonight here at this contest. Please, please, if you ever go to Moscow, bring a hat. Thank you.
So, which club are you in?
I am in Chatter by the Charles. We meet on Wednesday afternoons here at MIT.
And how long have you been in Toastmasters?
I've been in Toastmasters for about 1.5 years now.
And what's your favorite thing so far about Toastmasters?
I really love the sense of community that we've been able to build in our club. I can rely on different personalities for different kind of feedback, and I just love how they all blend together for a really lovely afternoon.
Yeah, nice. Well, I want to hear a little more about Hotel Cosmos. Maybe not bloody things about it.
Yeah.
But did this theme of sort of space and cosmonauts and stuff extend into the rooms? Was there anything interesting in the actual hotel rooms?
Actually, the actual hotel rooms were truly awful. They were 70s carpet and drapery and very hard beds and really rough sheets and toilet paper. It was a terrible, terrible. That's right. They may have killed the manager.
So you would not recommend that for all of us to go and stay there?
Actually, when I was researching the speech, it seems as though they've redone the lobby. So I would imagine, I would hope, that since 1992 they've redone the rooms.
I hope so. So while you were there, were there any places that you enjoyed that you would recommend, you know, if any of us want to go on vacation to Moscow, don't miss seeing this?
Oh boy, it was such a long time ago, and it was just after, just after the Berlin Wall fell, so there was just there's been a lot of change in Russia, I'm sure, since I was there. The one thing that I didn't get to do was I didn't get to go and see Lenin, which was, that's one of those bucket list things. So I regret that, but otherwise, I saw Red Square, I saw Gorky Park, I went to the Bolshoi. I mean, those are the important things.
And finally, I think the thing that all of us were wondering throughout your entire speech is where can we buy hats and gloves like the ones that you have, because those look fantastic.
Thank you. I don't actually know where those came from. My girlfriend lent me her hat, and those mittens are way too big for me, and my husband would never wear those. So I don't know how they made it to the box in the closet labeled hats, mittens, and scarves. But there they were, and they seemed perfect for the reenactment of Lefty and Muty, who were real puppets at the time.
They were perfect. Congratulations on the great speech.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Our first place winner, who will progress to the division contest if she can make it, is Stephanie.
Thank you. Oh, okay, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Speech.